How's it going, guys? It's Cranky Yankee here. This is going to be kind of like, this is a review. I'm grabbing something specifically for this. I just finished watching a documentary. First, before I get on to this, I said in the last video when I reviewed my vape, which you'll probably see me using in the video, this is the juice that I have. It's called High Cloud. Where's the thing right there? Fruit Cloud. It's like a fruit punch flavor. But yeah, this is the first one I have. The next time I get more, I'll do reviews of those. That's just a little side note on this. Anyways, I hate that light being so bright. I just watched a documentary called No, which is about Dock Ellis, who's one of my favorite baseball players of all time. He played for the Pittsburgh Pirates, which is not the only reason why he's and I'm also wearing my Penguins hat, so which is, I guess that's relevant somewhat. Basically, what he did was he pitched a no-hitter, which is called a no-no in some people. He was playing for the Pirates. I think he was playing. Yeah, he was pitched a no-hitter against San Diego. It was like 1971, I think. While he was completely high on acid. Let that sink in for a minute. He pitched a no-hitter, which is no small feat by any professional pitcher's standards. I mean, that's 9 straight innings without a single hit. That's not easy. It happens, but it's not easy. But he did it while he was on acid. As someone who's taken acid a couple of times in my younger years, I'll admit, we all experiment generally. I didn't take nearly as much as he did, like not even close. I took a fraction of what he did when I did it, and even the little bit that I took, like, I can see how severely it can alter your perception of everything. Like, I took a very small amount, and it's a very strong drug. I don't mean like it's a hard drug like, say, heroin or something, which is far worse, but acid is a very strong drug. I mean, you don't need a whole lot to you take just a little teeny tiny bit, like a milligram, which is small. He was taking way more than that. Also, apparently, the way they did it is they snorted it, which is crazy. I didn't even know you could snort acid, to be honest. That's news to me. I don't know everything about drugs, but I know a little bit because I've done a few in my life. But sorry, my phone's about to die, so I have to plug it in. Hopefully, it doesn't fall. But yeah, so this guy pitches a no-hitter while on acid. That is absolutely crazy. It's crazy. Like, that's so... I don't know whether to be, like, impressed or what. I just don't know. I just don't know, guys. Oh, there it goes. I knew it was gonna happen. I'm trying to get there we go. I need to, like, keep my head in this position, because that way it covers up the light. Yeah, it just talks about how, you know, it was during a time in the 70s where there was a lot of people doing drugs. Like, most of the professional players back then did, like, cocaine and a lot of other stuff. But it was about that, but it was also about his life and how in the end he ended up getting clean and becoming a drug and alcohol abuse counselor. And I'm not gonna, like, really, like, tell you the whole story of it, but, like, that's kind of the long and short of it. I know that's kind of a thing I say, but but it was a really, really well done movie. He did pass away, so he has passed on now. He was 63 years old, I think. But it was kind of I've just finished it, and the thought that occurred to me, and I actually said this out loud. I said, I think that's a very good representation of him as a person, and not just as a baseball player. And I feel like he would probably be very happy with how they produced it and how they made it. because I believe it came out after he passed away. So I think he would be happy with how it turned out. Wow, that's my finger. Why does it? Oh, it's so annoying because I have to hold my phone in place here because it's not staying like it usually does. But no, it's on Netflix. I give it a 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5. I don't rate mine on a 1 to 10 scale. I rate it 1 to 5, and I rate it at 4.5. So it's a very good documentary. Anybody who likes documentaries or likes baseball or even just wants a feel-good story, because it is a documentary, but there's a lot of funny parts in it, just because Dock Ellis' personality, as he is, he's just a very entertaining, funny person. He's got a larger-than-life personality, and it shows. Because they have a lot of interviews and stuff with him in the movie. But it's called No, a Dockumentary, and it's DOCK, Dockumentary, instead of just a DOC like it normally is, because his nickname was Doc. But no, that's a... But I recommend it. It's a really, really good movie. I have watched it once before, years ago, but I kind of forgot. So I decided to watch it again. And I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it just as much the second time I watched it as I did the first time. But it's a really, really cool story. And there's it's like an hour and a half. And like the middle 20 minutes is the part that's about the no-hitter. Because it kind of tells a little bit of the story of it leading up. Not necessarily him as a kid playing baseball, but when he first started playing in the major leagues. It starts pretty much when he was a rookie and then goes up to his death. But it's just a really interesting story, and it's worth a watch. I mean, it's crazy. You get this guy pitches a no-hitter on acid. At one point he says he couldn't even see the batters. He just knew whether they were standing on the right side or the left side. And when you make that realization and think of what he did, granted, he had a really good team in front of him. Because, it's not just the pitchers to do that. The fielders have a good part in keeping a no-hitter going too. But I think he had 15 or 16 strikeouts in that game. So he struck out at least 1 or 2 batters every inning. Somewhere around there, in between that. Which is impressive. And the fact that he said I was higher than George Pine and I was out to lunch. He didn't even know what the hell was going on. It's just crazy and awesome. But definitely watch it. It's a really, really good movie. I recommend it. I also recommend the High Clouds, Fruit Cloud Just Stuff. I'm not trying to plug. I mean, they're not a sponsor, but I definitely recommend that. And honestly, guys, my new vape, I'm loving this thing. I really am. I mean, look at those big-ass clouds. It's big old freaking clouds. One thing I do like about a vape too is they're far more fun to smoke than a cigarette. Yes, I get a satisfaction out of smoking a cigarette that I don't get out of this, but this is more like a toy. And that's why I like it, because it's fun to play with. Because you just not that I'm really good at any tricks. I can blow smoke rings, but I knew how to blow smoke rings long before I vaped. I learned to do that in college. But I understand why there's people that do the tricks and stuff. It's fun to do. I would never do any competitions or anything. To me, it'd be more like a party trick where I'm just chilling with my friends and just oh look, smoke rings, and people will be oh, it's cool. That's the extent of what I feel its use is. But it's just fun, and it's like a toy. But anyways, guys, I'm the Cranky Iggy. That's it for me. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment. Leave a comment if you've seen this. I want to know what you guys think of it too. If any of you have seen this documentary, let me know in the comment section below, because it's really good. I like to know what other people think about it. But I've always loved the story of Dock Ellis. I've always loved the story of his no-hitter while being on acid, because I just think that's really cool. I know it's stupid to kind of glorify him for drug use, but it's impressive. And then you find out what he did afterwards and what he did at the end of his life and everything, and you're just okay, no, this guy totally deserves to be remembered as this super cool, awesome pitcher who was so good that he was able to pitch a no-hitter while being whacked out of his mind. Because if he could do that on acid, imagine what he could do if he didn't do all those drugs and he was sober. He'd probably be a Cy Young winner. He'd be one of the best pitchers. We'd probably remember him. He might even be a Hall of Famer. I mean, and that just kind of goes to show that it's a flip side of what drugs can do, because it can take one of the best pitchers, I think, that, not that I've ever seen him pitch, but all the footage I've seen of him pitching, he was a very intimidating pitcher back in his day. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. Let me know what you guys think of the comments of the movie. And I'm the Cranky Yankee. We'll see you in the next one.